What's up, family? Man, hey, I want to jump on here today and talk to you guys about a couple of things. Um, do you, do you, you know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, don't be selfish and just do you, and there not be any real purpose to that other than the fact that you're selfish, you're self-centered, you're egotistical, and you're narcissistic. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if you're here and you're a loving, giving, compassionate person, you're an expressive person, man, people look at you funny because of what you wear. People look at you funny because how you rock your style or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Do you? Do you? You know what I mean? Um, if you watch a number of my videos, you know that I wear a lot of crystals. Normally I have a arm full of bracelets. Different crystals on. When I'm working, I'll just have one set. You know, and I get so many people that's hit me up, man. Ain't that too much? You doing too much, and why you got to wear all that, and blah 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 blah. And it's like, just keep moving. You know what I mean? Just keep moving. Um, how come I can't just do what I want to do? What does these bracelets got that's offensive to you? Why are these bracelets offending you? Why does it matter to you how many bracelets I'm wearing? You know, if you're not wearing them, what difference do it make what I have on? Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. Why do you feel that you have the right to question what I'm doing? You know what I mean? Who the hell are you? Family, man, you got to know who you are. You know what I mean? And sometimes, as sad as it is, you're going to have to put some people in their place. You're going to have to put some people right back in their lane and let them know that they ain't running nothing over here and that their opinions really don't matter to you. And sometimes you got to just smile and just like, I'm not even going to waste my energy with you. You know what I mean? And sometimes, man, and a lot of times for me, I get those little ignorant comments and self-righteous comments, um, but for the most part, man, they're conversation piece. They are a conversation piece. Man, about 2 months ago, I was in Georgia, and I was with my youngest son. We went out for breakfast, and he's 18 years old, and he was driving. I was like, oh, and so we're out at breakfast, and this young lady came up and she was talking to us, and she was like the waitress, and she just kept smiling at me, you know. And my son, we're sitting across from each other, and I'm looking at him, and he's looking up at her and looking at me. And as she left, he was like, "Man, why don't y'all just get a room?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "Man, Dad, I saw how she was just staring at you, and she was just all flirting with you, and you just all flirting back with her, all smiling and being all nice." I was like, "Dude, what are you talking about, man? I'm always nice, you know. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere." And he was like, "Man, Dad, she's just all in your mouth." And I was like, "Okay, why are you mad at me?" You know what I mean? Why? He was like, "Cause you too old for that." And I was like, "Hold on, wait a minute, bro. You 18 years old." He's like, "I know, Dad." I said, "Hold on, wait, listen to me. You 18 years old. This young lady, she may be 19, 20, and you mad at me because she's checking me out. You mad at me because she's looking at me and she's being whatever. You know what I mean?" I said, "Bro, look, this is the DNA I passed down to you. You know what I mean? Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. Instead of being mad at me because at 51, somebody your age group is checking me out, you should be like, dang, okay, man, when I get old, because you always calling me old, when I get old, man, maybe I'll still have it, like Pops do. Man, when I get old, man, Pops look halfway decent at being old. Maybe I'll still look good at when I get old." I said, instead of being so hateful, And he was like, whatever, Dad. Stay with me. We're talking about the crystal still. And so the young lady came back, and I had on all my bracelets, right? And I always carry extra crystals with me. Always carry extra crystals with me. Matter of fact, I got one in my hand, and it's one of my favorites. Labradorite. I can't even say it. Labradorite. And I love this crystal. I'm gonna talk about this crystal in a minute. And so the young lady came back, and I pulled off one of my bracelets, and I handed it to her, and I just presented it to her. And I'm not interested in a young lady or anything of that nature. This is just what I do. Everywhere I go, I give people crystals, right? And so I give her this crystal bracelet. And she was just so happy, just so ecstatic. She's like, I can't believe you can let me have one. She's like, I love your crystals. They're so pretty, blah, 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 blah. I was like, here, you know. And I gave her one. And she was so happy. She put it on right then, you know. And I don't even remember what type of crystal it was. And she was just so ecstatic, you know. And I was telling my son, I said, man, that's what it's all about, bro. I said, making somebody's day. I said, she's a waitress. I don't know what type of day she's going to have. I don't know what type of day she's had so far. I don't know what's going on in her life. I don't know what's going to happen the rest of her shifts. But one thing she'll be able to say, no matter what happens, is, man, there was a man that came in that made me smile and that blessed me with a crystal. He blessed me and just gave me a bracelet from off of his wrist. She didn't have to ask for it. She didn't have to comment on them. I just blessed her with it. I was in California with my son and his girlfriend, and we're getting ready to go skydiving. And I had been talking to her for just met her like right before then, you know, few weeks before then. And I had this piece of labradorite that I always kept with me. You know, it's I always have like a palm size piece. I just keep it in my hands, you know. And when I'm driving, I'm holding it, you know. And normally I'll have it in my pocket, you know, when I'm walking around. I'll have this and I'll have a piece of amethyst, you know, in the other pocket. And so now after the skydiving event, you know, we're just sitting there, we're eating lunch. And boom, something told me, it's like, that piece of labradorite that you have, that you like so much, give it to her. And I was like, and again, give it to her. It's like, all right. So I went out to my truck, grabbed it, and I gave it to this young lady. And she was just so just tripping that I gave her this crystal, you know, just in awe. And I don't know what she's going through. You know what I mean? I don't know her story. Um, and none of that matters really. You know what I mean? I mean, I've talked to her um, since I've been here, you know, but I don't know her story. You know what I mean? We don't know what people are going through. We have no idea of the burdens and the stresses that people are carrying. We have no idea of the trauma that people are carrying. You know, people look at me all the time and they're like, man, I can't believe, Elijah, that you've gone through all the hell that you've gone through. I can't believe that you've endured all of that. And it's like, you look at everybody else, you can't believe that they've gone through what they've gone through. And you don't know what somebody's gone through until you sit down and have that heart to heart conversation. And everybody ain't gonna tell you what they've gone through because they haven't dealt with it. You know what I mean? And a lot of it still hurts them. You know what I mean? And so it's painful. So they're not gonna have that conversation with you unless they truly trust you. You know what I mean? Um, but bless people. Be nice to people. You know what I mean? Let your light shine. And when I say let your light, I'm not talking about just getting out here and just quoting a bunch of scriptures to people. Stop telling everybody they going to hell. Stop doing that foolishness, family. Man, just be nice to people. Just be nice. You know what I mean? It's not hard. It's really not hard. Just being nice to people. And as America, man, I look at us and man, we're effed up. We're an effed up nation right now. We really are. And we're so jacked up because people have forgotten how to be freaking nice. It's just been compassionate. It's just been understanding. It's just been friendly. You know what I mean? How can you quote all these scriptures and be so hateful? I don't care what scriptures you're quoting. I don't care if you're quoting the Quran. I don't care if you're quoting anything, the Bible. I don't care what you quote. How can you quote so many scriptures and know all these scriptures and be so freaking hateful, be so freaking self-righteous, be so freaking forgetful that you didn't always have it right and you still ain't got it right? That's why you act the way you do. That's why you're so hateful now. That's why you're so self-righteous now. That's why you're so racist now. I was at work about 2 weeks ago, and this lady walked by, and she had on a tiger's eye bracelet, and I have my bracelets covered up when I'm at work. You know, 'cause I wear gloves, and I always turn my necklace, have them inside my shirt so people can't see them. You know, 'cause I just don't want to mess them up. And so she couldn't see my crystals. Um, she walked by and she was talking to me about the equipment I had. And I commented on her tiger's eye bracelet and told, man, I like that. I really like tiger's eye. And normally I wear a lot of it. And she looked up at me and was like surprised that I knew what it was. You know what I mean? And so we start talking about it for a little bit. And normally I'll have a couple of crystals in my pocket. And at that time I had two amethyst crystals in my pocket. And so she walked away, and I went back to work. And something told me, like, hey, go down there and give her one of your amethyst crystals. And I'm like, okay. So I did it. I don't even know the lady's name. I just ran up, excuse me, and she turned around. And I asked her, I said, are you familiar with amethyst? And she said, yes, she loves amethyst. And I was like, oh, I love amethyst. I said, it's my birthstone. I love it, you know. And she was like, oh, that's cool. You know, we're just talking. And I pull out the amethyst crystal, and I just present it to her. I said, this is yours. And she's like, oh, you know, and she's like, I can't. I was like, it's yours. Bless you. And she's like, I said, I pulled out my other one. I said, I keep them. And I pulled out my crystals on my chain. I said, I wear a lot of crystals. I said, bless you. And I walked away. Why? Because I was told to. You know what I mean? My intuition told me to. God told me to. You know what I mean? I don't know what this lady's dealing with. I don't know if she's dealing with anything. You know what I mean? Regardless. And people don't have to be dealing with anything for me to want to give them something. You know what I mean? Family, we have to learn how to just be nice to people. We've gone through so much hell that we've become so callous and so hard and so protected and guarded to where we can't even smile towards each other. Man, I can't smile at females because, man, I don't want them thinking I'm flirting. I can't smile at females because I don't want them thinking that I'm thirsty and I'm desperate and I want them. You know what I mean? We so much stupid stuff. You can't tell somebody they look nice today because you're afraid that they're gonna think that you're trying to hit on them. But you know what I mean? We've lost that connection, family. We've lost that interaction with each other where we could just be nice to each other. It's one of the reasons why I love the labradorite. You know, um, it's a constant reminder to me. You know, to let your light shine. Let your light shine. And what I mean by that, you know, when you look at this crystal, man, as the light reflects off of it, you know, man, there's so many other colors in there. You know what I mean? There's so much more to it than what initially meets the eye. You know what I mean? And it's all depending on how the light hits it. And right now it's not good lighting out here, so you can't really see the deep purples and turquoises and blues and just all the other different colors that are inside of it. You know what I mean? And that's how life is, family. That's how we are. That's how we are. There's so much more to us than what initially meets the eye. There's so much more to everybody you meet, to everybody you see, than what initially meets the eye. But because we don't take the time to talk to people, because we don't take the time to invest in other people, because we don't take the time to get to know other people, because we're so selfish and self righteous and self consumed, and all we think about is ourselves, you know what I mean? We don't get a chance to meet other people. We don't take the chance to meet other people. We don't take the chance to be nice and to be a blessing to other people. My hope and prayer is that whatever you're going through, whatever you're dealing with, man, that you can still be nice to people. You can still be nice to people. You can still bless people with no strings attached, no ulterior motives. Just be nice. You don't know, man, how much that's going to mean to somebody else or how much that does mean to somebody else. The simple fact that, man, this lady, this guy took the time to talk to me. This lady, this guy took the time and gave me something. It didn't cost me anything. Man, they were just nice to me. They they didn't have to do that. They didn't ask me for my telephone number. They didn't ask me for my Instagram stuff and all. They didn't ask me for anything. They just blessed me with something. Family, I talk a lot about Christians and um, I don't hate Christians. I don't hate Christianity. I don't hate anything. And I mean that. I don't hate anything. I talk a lot about Christians. I bring Christians, when I say I talk about Christians, I bring Christianity up. I bring up the self righteousness of Christianity. You know, that Christians, today's Christians, have taken on. You know, that demeanor of being self righteous, that demeanor of being the only ones right, that demeanor of I'm the only one living right. Everybody, if you ain't dressed like me, if you ain't living like me, if you ain't doing like me, if you da da da, then you ain't right. You know what I mean? Man, we got to get out of that foolishness, family. We have to get out of that foolishness. And it's not just Christians. There's other religions that have that same stupid, ignorant ass mentality. We have to let that go. We have to let that self righteous judgment nature go. It's killing us. And it's crazy because all these religious people talk about, man, if people were more like them, then the world would be better, then America would be better. No, if you shut the hell up and stop being so damn self righteous and judgmental and racist and ignorant, the country would be a whole lot better. It is what it is. You know what I mean? And again, I'm not against Christians, I'm not against religions. I'm against the self righteousness. I'm against the judgment of you putting everybody else down. If that's not what you do, cool, so be it. But we have to grow up, family. And we have to stop allowing other people to control who we are. I'm not going to stop wearing crystals because Christians don't like it. And Christians think it's the devil and there's witchcraft. And they can think whatever the hell they want to think. Anybody could think whatever the hell they want to think. I don't care. And it's not just Christians. I don't care who they are. I don't care who you are. You can think whatever you want to think about me. My life is not going to change because of that. I'm not going to change because of what you think about me. Because I came here for a purpose. And that purpose is to be a blessing. That purpose is to grow. That purpose is to help other people grow. And whatever issues you got that has nothing to do with me. It has absolutely nothing to do with me. Family, whatever people think about you has nothing to do with you. Let your light shine. Shine. Be who you came here to be. Do what you came here to do. And everybody else got to get in where they fit in. Everybody else needs to get in where they fit in when it comes to your life. But that's the attitude that you have to take. That's the attitude you have to take. Be nice. Do something nice for somebody. And I'm not talking about just doing something nice for your kids. Do something nice for your mama or your daddy. You know what I mean? Do something nice for a stranger. Do something nice for somebody that can't do anything for you. Or you don't think they could do anything for you. And it don't even matter whether they could do anything for you or not. Do something nice for somebody because it was on your heart. Because it was on your heart. Because that's who you are. And when you do something nice, man, you don't just go bragging to everybody and putting it all on social media and taking pictures of you, what you're giving this person, what you're doing with this. Man, you ain't got to do all that foolishness. You don't have to do all that. Your heart is wrong if you're doing that. Your intentions are wrong if you're doing that. Be nice. If they want to take a picture with you, cool, so be it. But don't get on social media talking about, man, I gave this person $500. Man, I gave this person $100. Man, I just went and bought this person some Nikes. Man, you ain't got to do all that. That ain't necessary. Bring a smile to somebody's face. Bring hope to somebody. Because you never know who's thinking about committing suicide. You never know who's thinking about ending it all. And just your random act of kindness, just your gesture, can be all it takes to save that person's life. Just your random act of kindness can be all it takes to stop that person from going out and doing something stupid that they will regret later. I love you guys. Happy healing.